Hey there, CutieinCosplay here with another video. Today I'm going to be doing the very first story time video. So I've collected a couple stories. I've got 3 for you guys today. They're sometimes gaming related, sometimes not. It's a little mix. It's just things about me. You could learn a little bit more about me if you're interested. So yeah, let's get into it. So this first story is kind of explaining it's a little piece of like what video games mean to me and how I feel about them. So I have 3 brothers, and 2 of them are a good distance older than me, and there's one that I'm closer in age to. So that younger one, there was a point where we were just playing video games together no matter what. We were happy, and then there was like a point, I think we both got a little older, or he got older and I was still younger and I still wanted to like play the same game over and over, co-op, or watch him play the same game I've watched him play like 10 times, or just stuff like that. And he was tired of it, understandably, but sometimes we'd get into like stupid sibling squabbles over something like that. And so yeah, sometimes video games together wasn't the greatest thing, but I really remember when I was a little kid, like if something like really sad or really upsetting in the family happened, like the example that comes to mind is like our family cat died. My brother was like really kind, and like even if he hated the game that I wanted to play, he was like, whatever you want to play, like you pick, like you can watch me play a game, or we can play a game co-op, and like no matter what. And I just always thought that was so nice and kind, and it just kind of brings like video games being this like thing of kindness and like that you share with others that you love. And yeah, it's a brief little story, but I always enjoyed and appreciated that my brother, even though he was an immature kid like I was an immature kid, he could like kind of put that aside and just, you know, try to make me happy with video games. Yeah, good times. Nice memories. So yeah, I really love video games for that. And that was story 1. So for my next story, when I was in elementary school and middle school, for some reason I was obsessed with like ghosts and hauntings and paranormal things. Like for some reason I really wanted to go and visit haunted places, and I wanted to see a ghost. But like now I think of like ghosts or scary videos and my brain just like shuts down, doesn't want to think about it. Anyway, back then I was crazy and I really wanted to see ghosts. I was obsessed with them. I had so many books that I was reading, like true stories and true accounts and things like that. I was just crazy about them. Like, I knew so many things about ghosts. And I particularly was interested in ghost orbs, which is important to this story. So my parents, I feel like most of my generation, parents get divorced. My parents went to couples counseling, and they would go to like this woman's house kind of out in the country. It was kind of creepy, and they'd go, of course, late, and my brother and I would sit in the car and we'd wait for them for a couple hours. And there was one night where we were chilling in the car for an hour or so waiting for them to finish their appointment, and we see kind of in the distance like this like light kind of like moving around a bit, kind of floating, and it's like pitch black, so we can't really see anything else except this little light moving around. And we're both like, oh, what the heck could that be? What the heck? Oh my gosh. And then I'm like, ghost orb! It's a ghost orb! Oh my gosh! Oh, creepy! And then we're both talking about it, and I think my brother's like, nah, it can't be that. What the heck? No way. And then my stupid jerk brain is like, oh, no, actually, I read about this ghost of Hellman Lane. I think that was like we were on something with hell, so of course it was perfect, like that was the name of the street. And I was like, oh yeah, it's this guy, he like chopped up his wife and killed her in that shed, and then he shot himself and his ghost still haunts the property. It must be this house! And we both were just like scaring the crap out of each other, and I was getting scared even though I made up this story completely. So at some point, we book it out of the car into the house. We're like, oh my god, ghost orb, run! And we go, and I think we even interrupt my parents' appointment to be like, there's a ghost orb out there, oh my god, you won't believe it. And I think they like sat us down on the couch. The counselor woman was there, and she's like, no, you guys, like, there's no way, there's no such thing. And we're trying to convince them. And as we're like freaking out, telling them all this, who walks in but the woman's husband, the counselor woman's husband, with a freaking headlamp on his head. And they're like, is that what you saw? And we're like, ooh, oh, maybe. So yeah, the time I lied about ghosts and I scared myself. That was a pretty dumb one, but I always think it's funny, just that dumb thing at the end, of course. So yeah, story 2. Alright, so my third and final story for this video is about my Ghostbusters hat! Alright, so it's a great hat, right? It's awesome! Just keep that in mind. So, for some reason, in middle school, I really wanted like a snapback. I don't know why, but it's not my style at all. I like never wore hats. I even don't wear them that much anyway, but still, I was obsessed with getting a hat. And then I think I got this hat from like Spencer's or something, and I was so proud of it because my oldest brother had showed me the movie, and I was like, yeah, this is like the best movie, this is so great, and like it just reminded me of good times with my brother. It was a special thing. It is a special thing to me. So keep in mind, I'm wearing this hat that's like special and nice, and I feel love when I wear it. So one day I decide to wear it to middle school, which is like, I'm just asking for trouble apparently, because everyone's just a little jerk in middle school, insecure little monsters. So at lunchtime I was wearing this hat with my usual crowd of friends, and that's like, I don't know, we were kind of like the weirdos or whatever, I guess you could say. Just, I don't know, sometimes I wonder if you're really like an outcast in like middle school, high school, or if you're just labeling yourself that and you feel that way just because of that, but whatever. Anyway, we were like the odder kids, and we had like a decent sized group, but I had 2 best friends in particular, and they were at this table with me. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden these like couple of girls, maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4, walk up and they come like close to me and they start mocking me, being like, oh, Ghostbusters, and like laughing at me. And I don't remember what my response was. I think I was like too surprised, because sometimes like a random dude would like say something to me as they walked past, and like that was it for like bullying for me. But like, it was weird to have these girls come up and like make fun of my super awesome hat. So I don't think I did anything. But then after they leave, and none of my friends said anything at the time, after they leave, my friends turn to me and they're pissed at me. They're like, why would you wear such a thing? Like, why would you bring attention to us? Come on, what the heck are you doing? Like, they were so pissed at me. I still think of that as like the crown jewel of like why I'm no longer friends with those 2 people. That was just so ridiculous to me. Like, I wasn't bothering anybody. I was wearing my awesome hat. Like, it's just so ridiculous. It's so stupid the things people will make fun of each other for. Not even just kids. I don't know. For the most part, I mean, just let people wear what they want to wear. You don't have to make a remark. But yeah, So that's my story about my Ghostbuster hat, my ghost adventure, and a reason why video games are near and dear to my heart. Yeah, I'd love to hear some of your guys' stories if you have little things like maybe similar, maybe you have a ghost encounter, or maybe somebody made fun of you in school, or maybe there's some special moment that make video games special to you. I'd love to hear all your stories. I always love reading them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for being part of the first story time with Cutie. It's been fun, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.